Welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Cousins on 1st down. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 7, and it'll make it 2nd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And this will be a Vikings 1st down as he'll get this up to about the 42. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st down, Minnesota.
Working out of the gun, Cousins being chased out left. And that's incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. A give to Cook out of the gun. Able to corral him right at the midfield stripe following that sparkling display of footwork we saw. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll run for it. Cook. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson eluding the pressure right. Man open, that's Damian Ratley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup.
At the 38-yard line.
Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards to pick up there. 4 receivers in the formation here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. 2nd and 3. A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings' 26. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Right back to Coleman here on first down. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd and 7, Watson looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. But now it'll be 3rd down.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They go play action. Cousins rolling to his left. And that is incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. So it sails out of bounds close to midfield, and they'll say actually right at midfield.
At the 50-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From the 50, it's Watson, rolling to his right. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. And the Vikings pick up the football. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Check 26, check 26. Hey, 31! 55, come on! Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
After the interception, here's Watson. He's going to fire one deep. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Houston. Jordan Akins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans have taken the early lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Now Abdullah, the return. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed, and they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Vikings nothing.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. And he'll drop here to throw. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Ball carrier.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground. Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
A good pickup there on 1st as the screen pass gets him 8. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Where we go? Jumping.
From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Win the rep, let's go right here. Mike 26.
Here's Watson. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Flushed out right. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. For 25 yards that time. Coleman gets the pitch, and he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Tevin Coleman, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And it is now 21-0.
Good. Makes the score Texans 21, Vikings nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. From the gun, here's Cousins. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Going jet sweep. Here's Campbell. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
Taken down back at the 49-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL. The best multitasker in the business, the coach. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 23. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A first down throw for Cousins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free. It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully. On third down, Cousins. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Buying time to his left. And that is going to be incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And this Texans defense stands tall.
Is a turnover on down.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive. And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you. Makes you look like a genius. It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting. Off of play action, it's Watson, eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Ball carrier.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
from the 41. Watson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Throwing on third down, Watson got his target, Samuel. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Hey, 31! 55! Eat! 64! 64!
On first down, it's Watson. Lines up and lets it. And this is caught inside the 5. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. It's Coleman here. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Tevin Coleman with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Texans push further out in front.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. On play action, Cousins steps away. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And he was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell. And that'll make it third down.
Paris Campbell, incomplete. Let's hear it, Texans fans, because it's third down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Final play of the half, Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
I'm here all day. 55 is mine, guys. 55. I got one. I got one. Shoot! 24.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This is Coleman. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. On the tackle defensively, Jaleel Johnson.
A gain of 4.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Hey, 24. Whip. Watch the whip. Mike 55. Mike 55. Mike 55. Let's go.
Coleman. And he is met behind the line. The 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Here's Brian Anger now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been. Throwing is Cousins. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, we saw that they had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. Got an open man finding Jefferson. The 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now.
Makes the score Texans 28, Vikings 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
53 is mine. Check. 53 is mine. And 31. Undercrunch. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
They will run again with Coleman. And he powers his way up past the 30.
The ball carrier.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Come on, baby. I'm coming, baby. 134. Switch it. Come here. Switch it.
On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line.
10 at their own 44-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
1st down, Vikings.
To throw, Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Justin Reed. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
They begin the drive with Coleman, and he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
Coleman, the ball carrier.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll keep it on the ground. Coleman. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards there, a 1st down. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them.
Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 29-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On 3rd down, it's Coleman, and he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Give them 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. On the screen, this is Coleman. And they'll get him down short of the first down, right on the 10-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll run it with Coleman. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
Watch the safety creep. Alert, alert. Check 53 flight. Check 53.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out, and the Texans will extend their lead. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
Very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups. This one, their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And a coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone,
and my goodness, another interception. Lonnie Johnson picks it. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And he's got some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will get into the end zone. It's a touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fair catch called for and taken just inside the 10-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Eric Murray. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Intercepted. The Texans take over 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Slam, slam, slam. 24 is down, he's coming. Check, check. Flag down.
Coleman now. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
Today's final score, Texans 40.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Houston, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get another home date next week as the Jaguars will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.